Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Beanie 101 and I'm back with some more NHL 18 GM mode with the Vegas Golden Knights. We currently have a record of 28, 29 and 7. We've gone past the trade deadline and we've given up a couple of assets for some future proofing. We recently picked up Ryan Strome and Michael Del Cole in exchange for James Neal and Braden McNabb. So we've got younger, we've got more potential, and we're going to see how the rest of the season pans out in this video, and hopefully get all the way through to the NHL Draft. There's still a fair amount of scouting to go. And a fair number of games to play, but we're going to go through the sim. Let's go. We're currently, where are we? 3rd of February. So let's go all the way through. No, sorry, we're in 3rd of March. Let's go all the way through to March to the San Jose Sharks and see how we do. I'm hoping some of the players that we've brought in are going to do some good. We've got a scouting assignment. Let's go to the OHL and hang on. Yeah, let's go to the OHL and just do defenseman for a week. We lose to the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils, who have had hardly any wins during the regular season. They are the worst team in the NHL by a country mile, and we lose to them in a shootout. Oh well, at least we get a point. Season ticket drive. I don't need to set season ticket prices. Let's just keep them the same. Season ticket advertising. No, I'm fine with that as well. We lose to the Blue Jackets. There are some players that wish to speak with me. Who wishes to speak with me? Nistrazil. Oh, probably. Management is definitely not something. Team management is definitely something I'm worried about lately. What? Put your positive comments on the ice. Is that it? Is that it? No one else wants to speak to me? One player. Jeez. So one player wants to speak to me about the fact that he's not that fussed about what I'm doing. Great. David Perron has a bruised hand. So as a result of that David Perron injury, we're going to jump Marchessault up to the top line. Riley Smith is going to jump up to the second. Then on the power play, not much change. We're going to give Nistrazil some time on the power play, just because, you know what? He's played so well in the AHL. Let's see how he does. All right, back to edit lines. I need to do my AHL lines as well. We've got a 4th line opening. Looks like Tyloney's going in there. So Detroit, we lose again. Let's just continue. Hiker doesn't need to play. Buffalo, we lose. Wow, we are losing a lot. James Neal and the ability to score goals is causing us all sorts of problems. Right, so where have we not scouted? SHL we've scouted. We've not scouted La Liga, so let's do the forwards. Shipachov has a mild concussion. The injuries are racking up. So it looks like Perron is back from injury. So we've got a couple of changes that we've made. Grabowski's come up to shore up our centre core. Carlson has come up to the first line. Perron is back. The second line, just Sheahan moving up there. Riley Smith is still on the 3rd line. Special teams, no real surprises. Sheahan is going to centre our second power play unit. Carlson is going to be running our first line power play units. And Perron is going to sit on the wing there. We win 7-2 against the Flyers. Wow. Oh, Perron's injured again. Ugh. So Shipachov is back on our first line. It looks like Carlson and Sheahan have both gone up 1 overall, which is fantastic. Carlson has certainly deserved it. He's eclipsed his best season in the NHL by quite a considerable distance. 25 points is his previous best. He's now on 44 points. Certainly good production from a second liner. And we beat the New Jersey Devils this time around and follow it up with a loss to the Minnesota Wild. More scouting to do. Let's do Liga defenseman for a week. We lose to the Flames. We beat Vancouver. Oh, Perron has returned to the lineup. Right, so we do need to make some roster moves now. So we've done our usual and sent David Clarkson down. We could probably also scratch Grabowski now to bring Perron back in. Let's sit Perron on the second line just for a moment so he doesn't get quite as much ice time and he gets the opportunity to heal from his injury. We'll keep him off the power play for the time being as well because Nostrazil is really enjoying his time on there. We beat the Sharks, we beat the Avalanche, some more scouting. The Extraliga, let's do forwards there. Can we beat Colorado again? Yes, we can. Wow. Reed Duke on our AHL team has got a broken nose, so we need to edit our lines there. Let's just make sure that our assistant coach replaces the player. He'll probably stick Clarkson in. Riley Smith has got a sore knee. So an easy fix there. Grabowski comes in, and Alex Took takes Riley Smith's place on the third line. I want to put... Let's give Took some first-line power play minutes as well. And then Arizona, we lose. And St. Louis. Reed Duke is available to play. Let's go best lines for the AHL. St. Louis we lose to as well. So, still not doing too bad. I mean, you know, 34, 34 and 10 with only a few games left to play. We're definitely holding our own. We've dropped slightly in the placings. The Vancouver Canucks have overtaken us, but you know what? With only a few games left, we're not going to make the playoffs. So let's sim to the end of the season. Another scouting assignment. Let's do defenseman for a week. Last 3 games. Let's see if we can win. No, we lose to Vancouver. We beat the Oilers again. We've done really well against the Oilers so far this year. Let's just continue. Riley Smith doesn't need to play the last game of the season. And let's sim this game against the Calgary Flames. Last game of the year. How are we going to do? Sim the period. And we are 1-0 down. Check out who scored the goal. Matthew Tkachuk on Marc-Andre Fleury. Second period, we're 3-1 down. Ferland and Hamilton for Calgary. Nostrazil with the goal for Vegas. And then how does it end? It ends 3-3. Nostrazil again with the goal, and Shipachov with the goal as well. It looks like we scored 2 goals in the last 30 seconds of the game, so we really deserved overtime. What can we do in overtime? It's still 3-3, so it's going to go to a shootout. And we get the shootout loss. Unfortunately, Johnny Gaudreau puts one past Marc-Andre Fleury. But great effort there by the Golden Knights to come back. Nostrazil with 2 goals. Gets first star. He has had a fantastic season. So there you go. We end with a shootout loss. Let's take a look. Is the season finished just yet? I think there might be a couple more games to go until we go to the playoffs. No, everyone should be done. So let's have a look at some stats. Topping our team with points is Sam Reinhart. He was a great trade for us. He's done very, very well. 24 goals, 48 assists. 72 points is nothing to turn your nose up at, considering we're pretty middle of the pack in the NHL at the moment. That's really good performance from Reinhart. Shipachov is next up, centering our first line. 61 points is okay for someone who it's his first season in the NHL. Maybe a little bit disappointing. Marchessault with 58 points. Strome with 52. So we got him at the trade deadline, and he had 39 points. So he's got about 15 odd points for us over the course of his time with the Knights. William Karlsson has had a very, very solid season. 50 points he's put up. 20 goals, 30 assists. Very, very happy with his performance. 8 penalty minutes as well. So he's been on the ice a lot. He was also our most dangerous asset on the power play by the looks of things, with 20 points on the power play, including 8 goals. So 8 of his 20 goals were on the power play. Goligoski, 37 points. That's pretty good for our #1 offensive D-man. Perron may be slightly disappointing with 36 points. I'm not sure how that compares to his recent NHL seasons. It probably ranks as one of his worst in recent years. Yeah, 76 games, 36 points. Didn't quite hit that 20 goal mark, which you'd probably expect for someone of Perron's talent and experience. Riley Smith did pretty well, considering he was on the third line most of the time. He did get some power play time and he got 13 points, so he has been given the chance to shine. Perhaps we move him up to the second line next year and see what he can do. Jay Beagle has centered our fourth line for almost the entire year, and he has outplayed Riley Sheehan, who was centering our third line. So Beagle has been a huge asset. Jamie McGinn has also done pretty well, bouncing between the third and fourth lines with 20 points. Grotowski even didn't do too badly, 16 points in 38 games. If we move specifically to our D-man, let's see how our defensemen have done. Hamonic, 20 points from 82 games. I don't know how that compares to his previous seasons. It's up there. It's up there. He's had a 24-point season and a 33-point season, so maybe we can surround him with better players to up that output a little bit. Bogosian, minus 28 for the year. Not great. Hamonic, plus 14 in the end, so he has been very, very good for us, actually. I think he's had a pretty solid season, and defensively we've not done too badly. Merrill, minus 15, 12 points. He's been probably slightly better than Bogosian. Hickey has been a bit of a disappointment. Yes, he's been injured for a lot of the time, but only 9 points from 53 games. And then Alexiak and Morrow have been playing a fair amount. Moving on to our goalies, and they've put up admirable performances, the pair of them. Fleury had a record of 26, 30 and 9. He had 4 shutouts. You know what? The save percentages and the goal against averages for both of them, I would be relatively happy with. 917 for Fleury, 921 for Hutchinson. Hutchinson's actually done very well in a backup role. Fleury played 66 games though, so that's a lot of time on ice. He faced a lot of shots. But yeah, got to be happy with that. I also want to show you how our AHL Chicago Wolves have done, because they have had a fantastic season. Pierre-Edouard Bellemare has probably been worthy of an NHL call-up, but we have quite a lot of depth at centre. Maybe Riley Smith, Riley Sheehan was someone that we could have traded away and moved Bellemare up to the NHL team. Something worth looking at. He's 33. He's probably not going to get too much better, but he put up 81 points in the AHL this year. That's a fantastic effort. Blandisi is someone that we picked up in free agency to fill out our AHL lineup with the hope of maybe an NHL call-up at some point in time. It didn't happen. But with a full season in the AHL, he did pick up 75 points. We've got lots of goals. We have so many 20-goal scorers. Dalcol, Bellemare, Nastrazil, Duke, Theodore had 23 goals on D and 6 assists. That is outrageous. 23 goals from D. Blandisi, Cadiles, even Boomer and Gaunts have done not too bad at all. From relatively limited minutes from those two. Boomer did get some power play time, I think, towards the back end of the year. How did people do on the power play? Blandisi, Bellemare, Duke, Nastrazil, Delcol, all with over 20 points on the power play, which is great. Delcol in particular, I know he was an asset that we got quite late on in the season, so a lot of his performance is going to be based on what he did with the New York Islanders AHL team. But you know what? I really can't fault our AHL lineup whatsoever. Our goalies, Hammond definitely had a good time in net. In fact, I might want to send him down. I think he's come up to our NHL team and hasn't played much since. Vehelainen, has not been anywhere near as good. An 8.9 save percentage, 2.71 goals against though is pretty tidy. And you know what? The AHL team is probably going to blast past and outscore absolutely everyone anyway. So I'm now going to sim through the playoffs and get to the all-important NHL draft. Let's sort out the scouting assignment first and foremost. Let's do the DEL for 1 week for forwards. The AHL season is complete as well. Let's stop the simulation for a second, because actually what I want to do is sim through the AHL playoffs and see how our team do. So the Milwaukee Admirals, I think, is who we've got up first. How are we going to do? We've got 1 win. We lose 6-3. 2 wins. Come on. Amateur Scouts. Back to the DEL. Let's do D-men for a week. An 8-0 loss. Oh, God. So we're out of the playoffs straight away. Wow. Maybe we did want to send Hammond back down to the AHL. Seems disappointing that we've had such a good season and we lose the AHL playoffs in the first round. Not great. So not much to do now other than to finish all of our scouting assignments up. Let's see if there's any Russian players. And sim a few more weeks. And the Stanley Cup champions. Ovechkin finally has his Stanley Cup ring. The Washington Capitals are your Stanley Cup champions. Congratulations. Calder Cup were the Providence Bruins. And so the salary cap has gone up from 75 million to 77.9, which is good. Nice little raise there. Continue with our scouting assignments. I think most places, let's just see who has the most goalies. The SHL has a number of goalies, so let's scout them for a week. Season ticket update. Let's keep the season ticket prices where they are. We've sold 73%, broadly speaking. And it looks like that's it. We are up to the NHL draft. And there are the results of the draft lottery. We don't seem to have any picks at all. I think we must have traded away a first rounder to get Sam Reinhart. So we're going to be reliant on depth for the draft. It looks like the New York Islanders have got the first overall pick. Columbus, unfortunately, had the New Jersey Devils first rounder and they didn't win the lottery at all, so they dropped down to 4th. We get the 10th pick, so I'm fine with that. We failed our own goals. I am not too worried about that at all. Let's see who has retired. David Clarkson has retired for the Vegas Golden Knights. Is there any way we can have a look at the league as a whole? Yeah, we can. So, who do we have? Jerome McGinley has retired after many NHL seasons and 1,131 points, 636 goals. Thank you, Jerome, for your service to the NHL. You've been a fantastic player. Mike Ribeiro has also retired, as has Chris Pronger, although we pretty much knew that Pronger was not unlikely to play again. Mark Streit, Johan Franzen has retired. Ryan Precht, at the age of 42, has retired. No doubt he's been playing in the AHL the last few years. Rene Bourque, and anyone else of note? Jay McClement. David Clarkson we know about. Andy Green has retired for the New Jersey Devils, and then a load of free agents that have retired as well. So next time around we're going to enter the NHL Entry Draft. Thank you ever so much for all of your support. Don't forget to like the video if you've enjoyed my content here, and check out my channel for some more NHL stuff. But I appreciate all of your time. I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you again in the next video.